don't remember.
Oh, yeah, going back through the Kiriman history. What did she learn there?
Jinx, dismantle Shimmer, and neutralize any agents still loyal to Silco.
Yeah, this focus on Kate. I am worried about her.
I've instructed our architects to devise a ventilation system. The people of the underground deserve to breathe.
Okay. So, was she weaponizing the grey there as she walked in before? Yeah. Oh. Cool art style there. I always love when they do a little intro mixing up the art style. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, just a little montage of their searching the city. More comic book style, isn't it? You got the big onomatopoeia of what they're doing. Blam and clank. So we have an official name for the kind of gas that was in the air down in the Undercity, the grey, even though it's green. Ooh. Oh, who's that? Obviously captured by Jinx. Oh yeah. Of course, a bit of a setup. Oh. Oh, yeah. Even though it's just dolls, it does look kind of gruesome. They're more dead. Oh, never noticed that before. It was Vi wiping away her Vi tattoo. And Echo, his shadow was ticking like a clock. Obviously, he has like some sort of time powers in the game, and that's what we saw in episode 7 of season 1. Oh, it was the numbers guy. Is Smeech's numbers guy.
Jinx is off the rails, even for her. She's got a real fire lit under her ass.
Kate is ready to use violence so readily.
She was headed towards the old tunnels. Something about rerouting the vents.
Oh, reroute the vents to get the grey back up into Piltover instead of down into Zorn. That's a very ambassador ship, isn't it?
What you've stolen is more precious than any gold.
Oh. Oh, that's a cool power. Like shadow hands?
Piltover was beyond our reach.
More and more factions. Oh, that's the flower in the OP.
I haven't insulted your intelligence, Ambassa. Do not insult mine.
Ooh. Yeah, she's like a witch almost. Cool magic.
Piltover. We will not allow it.
What is she chasing in Piltover? They've got counter magic, yeah. Yeah, she said we know what you're after in Piltover. Is there something specific, or is it just war, just violence?
It's time we involve Mel.
No. We must distance ourselves. She's safer as our enemy.
Oh, Mel's safer as our enemy. Okay, they're keeping her at a distance on purpose. That makes sense. If she's not an ally, she can't be threatened, you know? You can't use her as blackmail.
Listen, if that He-Not idiot is telling the truth, Jinx is gonna have surprises in store for us.
Yeah, it's just putting them in danger, putting Maisie in danger.
Everyone in my life has changed. Promise me you won't change.
Yeah, she needs some stability. Some stability in her life. Wow, they finally did it. Finally got the kiss. I have seen, there was something about the animators saying they wanted to have them kiss in season 1, but it was too difficult to animate. But they actually did it. Yeah, little things like that are a lot harder to animate than big grand movements. The kind of way the flesh interacts. Ooh. They're like imbuing Sallow with some magic there. Are they trying to bring back use of his legs? Have they promised him that?
Rally every house and family with even a modicum of influence. Can you manage that?
Wait, for certain?
Oh, escalating. Yeah.
Good to see you again, Lest.
I'm out. Keeping an eye on a counselor with peculiar tastes doesn't rattle.
Ah, yeah. So, got an insight into Sallow.
If my mother gets what she wants, the whole city will suffer.
Yeah, it's safer to share the info and stop Ambassador.
Aiming to take over and put Sallow in the hot seat, but we know who's really pulling the strings.
Yeah, Sallow's just a puppet for her, of course.
Dangerous as she is, your mother was spooked. Could smell it. Like a cat backed into a corner.
She's putting on a brave front, but there was something that got to her. Yeah, so just gotta turn the fan on that forces the grey all the way up.
Called wild runes. Patterns that would occur naturally where the border between our world and the Arcane extend.
Oh, that's what he's been seeing. Yeah, the footprints.
There, you sighed. Still a kind of language. A sound, but not words. Something raw, natural.
Oh, if it's language, there's back and forth as well.
That pattern is on my tree because you pissed the Arcane off with all your demands?
Every action sparks a reaction.
So there's going to be, using all this Arcane, there's going to be backlash to it, yeah.
Seen miracles spring from the hands of mages many times. They turn to horrors.
It's actually a bit of a climate allegory there as well. Massive progression, but then backlash on the environment.
We tested our hex tech under every conceivable condition for years.
That's exactly what Heimerdinger was saying before. They needed much more research into it. The effect of the grey is really cool. Probably using some volumetric lighting.
Is this still part of the Hex Gates? We must be at least 200...
Oh, the hex gates go all the way underground.
The structure is a channel, focusing the hex tech energy.
So it just releases it down the bottom, the kind of discharge of it. Oh yeah, it's them as a kid, Vanda there, the bridge.
Take the shot.
Ooh, willing to lose her, yeah. Well, it's not powder anymore, is it? It's Jinx.
Read what I could, deduced what I couldn't. Plus, I didn't think the topside would trust anything that important below the surface.
Yeah. They're putting a lot of trust that no one would find it and tamper with it. Whoa. That's huge, yeah.
And so we installed a failsafe at the base.
So instead of it exploding in your neighborhood, it would blow up in ours.
Oh, the reflections, that's really cool.
And that would explain it affecting the tree.
Inconceivable.
Yes, it's directly affecting. Oh, but it's affecting metal as well there.
Memory brains. We're the ones that get played. What the?
Whoa. Yeah, that was more like Victor's cocoon.
Then some wispy wind woman wafts to their rescue.
Oh, like a wind goddess?
I'm done blaming myself for your mistakes. Done pretending you're my sister. You're not.
Wow. Disowning her, yeah. Yeah, it's just a reflection, of course. It was never going to be that easy. Oh, Savika's here?
You know, before.
I'm ready.
Right behind her, yeah. What's going on here as well?
Wild rune?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, it's very similar to what was happening with Victor. Savika, of course, coming in. Is this Woodkid again? He did a song in the first season. Oh, using that as a shield, sick. I'm worried about the kid as well, wherever she is. Oh. Ripped right through a gun. She must have more weapons on her. Oh. Look at the effects, yeah. Around the edges, it's like warping. Chromatic aberration. And it's affecting Hex Tech, of course it is. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's all like glitching. They've put so much faith in this technology they don't fully understand. And this magic. Might have to just go fist to fist. Oh, yeah, traps as well. Oh, this all just looks so great, doesn't it? Oh, whoa. I wasn't expecting it to go so abstract. Oh, they've outdone themselves here. Look at this. All the glitching and just cutting between the two. Yeah, these moments of slow-mo. There's like, yeah, they cut to some moments of slow-mo to just really emphasize it. Really amazing animation. Bringing him back to there. Did Jace just hit it? He doesn't know what he's doing. He could destroy Hex Tech in general. Oh, that's so cool. It's like, I don't know, they're going Super Saiyan or something with the hair going up as well. Shattering their past as siblings, look at that. Oh, the song is so good as well with it. The chanting goes really well with the Hex Tech stuff. The kind of unknown of that, you know? Ooh. Ooh. Took off a finger. The animation, the fighting as well, it feels more raw.
Go on.
I'm ready.
It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen here. Something's gonna happen. But she's accepting her death. Ah, of course. Caitlyn still has a shot here. She could still shoot Jinx from this spot. Oh, Isha. There we go. We've got a name. Oh, that was, yeah. Shoot out the gun. Amazing shot, actually. I was thinking, what's she gonna do? Hadn't even considered that.
Get off me!
See, Isha, she can't lose Jinx. Ooh. Oh, was fully ready to shoot Vi.
No, no, no! This isn't how it's supposed to.
And Savika activates the plan anyway. Yeah, I feel like Kate was fully ready to kill Isha as well, ready to kill a child. So all of this is coming up into Piltover. It's just exactly what Zorn has been going through, though. The same, like, air conditions, apart from the initial explosions here. Not much of a reaction from Ambessa there, actually. Oh, and the kids think it looks cool because of the colours, yeah. Wow.
You stopped me. I shouldn't have had to.
Yeah. No, that
was a kid. What have you missed?
I wasn't going to miss.
She is a good shot. She shot it right out of the kid's hand, you know.
Then why are you the one acting like her?
Yeah. That was more of an emotional attack as well. It shouldn't have hurt her that much. She's taken much worse physically, but emotionally, it's just put her over the edge. Okay. I thought this would leave like a lasting impact of the grey kind of, but it doesn't seem to have done as much as I thought. Oh? Oh no, is it just only just starting to kick in?
What's wrong?
Or is it something else? Yeah, it's this other power, this flower. Oh, that actually like teleported her. Took her somewhere. Yeah, I thought it was going to leave the grey in the air up here, rather than it just be these colourful explosions.
When 2 Zornite assassins fell upon us.
Ah.
I tried to save her, but the blade pierced her heart.
Yeah, it's all a fabrication.
Half your council is dead. Your memorial is made a massacre.
But you're still an outsider. Your council is dead, you know. So much faith in an outsider.
I could only be referring to Caitlin Kiraman.
Oh. Oh, yeah. She's got the same anger, putting her in charge with all of that power given to her. That was a solid move by Ambassador. I didn't see that coming. I thought Ambassador was going to put herself in charge. Oh. Yeah. Like a cooling card.
Vengeance for your son.
Yeah. That was the most obvious setup ever, because the guy had a clear shot at Mel and didn't take it. All the others are getting in on a Noxian kind of chant, a Noxian call here with the fist pumping. Oh, he's turning away though. He sees what's happening perhaps. Ah. Declaration of war, here we go. Oh. Yeah, we keep going back to Singed with this beast. Is he putting some of his own blood into it? Maybe even building a new body for himself? Yeah, if he's putting his own blood into it, is that what he's doing there? Okay, so that was the end of Act 1 for Season 2, and it just seems Ambessa is completely getting her way here. All of the strings she is pulling, they're all just working completely in her favour. There's maybe the little bit of surprise with Amara being, you know, this kind of spy for another nation. Just more world building though, building out the world, because after Arcane, they're going to go into other shows, probably other regions of this world. But yeah, Ambessa, she's just completely getting away. I don't know exactly what she wants here. You know, Amara was implying that there was something that she was after, but I don't know if it's something specific, like a specific object, a specific tool, or if it's just a broader power over Piltover, if it's the Hex technology is super powerful, made some crazy weapons. Does she want to export that to the Noxians so they can carrying on their kind of conquesting? Is that the deal there? She's just there for the weaponry. That could be as simple as that. And then her, you know, placing Kate, she's almost warped Kate to her own will with the terror attacks that had happened before. Obviously the Jinx one and what happened with Kate's mum, that was completely kind of natural in a way. It wasn't like this kind of scripted event that Ambessa had set up, unlike the attack in episode 1, which is very obvious now that she showed up and gave that letter, or it was her men there, that Russian looking dude with the big beard, he showed up and gave that letter, and that's what started that attack. But then placing Kate in charge, she knows Kate's rage, Kate's grief, and now can weaponize that. And it's you know, it was a good way of not putting herself in charge, because when she was giving this speech, I'm just like, yeah, like what you're saying is getting to the people, but like you're still an outsider. So her appointing Kate makes a lot more sense and is a lot more kind of trusting from the people. You know, the people will see that. And if it was Ambessa appointing herself, I think people would be a bit wary just because she's an outsider. She's like from another nation. What right does she have to be leading this attack and leading this kind of war? But with it being Kate, that makes complete sense now, actually. And, you know, Kate's downfall has just been tragic. The warning signs were clear from episode 1. It was just the dehumanization, her calling them animals, dehumanizing another group. Now I fear she's just going to become like a kind of fascistic dictator. Not really a dictator because she's not the leader, but you can see it going there. But it's the change since season 1 as well, because in season 1 she was talking about like the lives that will be lost, the risk of there being innocents and there being children who die along the way, and now she's being fully radicalized into not caring about Aisha at all when she could have taken the shot. It was only Vi stepping in there that stopped that, you know. And in the first episode discussion, I drew some comparisons to the real world, and I was worried that they could be a bit controversial, but I think this episode has kind of proven myself right. The mirroring of not caring about the innocents that are in the way, the civilians, not caring about the death of children. It's so poignant and prevalent to modern day at the moment, and how easy it is for Kate to kind of give up on her morals. Before, the kind of violence of everything was so detached from herself personally, but now that it's affected her mother, her kind of morals of worrying about innocence being lost and lives being lost, it's just completely crumbled. And now she's been appointed this role, and that whole sequence was just kind of chilling, the chanting, and, you know, they're doing this almost like salute, this almost war cry, and appointing her this leader. There's no world in which this ends well, you know. And I have seen some people complaining about the pacing a bit here. I do think it is fast paced, and I do wish we had a bit more time for things, but I don't think it's kind of super detrimental to the show. Like, I am noticing that it has been fast paced, there's been a lot of stuff happening, but I'm not like, oh my god, it's so fast that I can't keep up what's happening, you know. It's not been super detrimental to the experience so far, but I have noticed it's definitely quicker than season 1, and that probably does have to do with just the amount of time they've been given for this show. But I'm still majorly enjoying it, majorly intrigued. It's just there's not as many kind of slower, calmer moments, are there? But I do wonder, like, as well with that, this is going straight onto Netflix, it's going straight onto a streaming platform where you don't have to have the rigidity of, you know, defined run times for episodes, but this show is very 40 minute. I'm just like, if this episode was 50 minutes, I wouldn't be mad, you know, if they just thrown in an extra 10 minutes here and there just to pad it out, or not to pad it out, but to slow things down, give us time to breathe, you know, I wouldn't mind there. They're not limited to it being like aired on TV and they have to fit into a specific slot, you know. So I know obviously it'd be more work for the animators, maybe to delay the show a bit, but a delayed show that's great is better than a show that is rushed and is bad forever, you know. Not that I'm saying this is bad, but, you know, it's that sentiment. And it does feel like there has been a step up in the quality of animation here as well. I think specifically in the lighting, like, we had that amazing action sequence underscored by that Wood Kids song, and just some of the lighting in there was so great. We had a lot of moments where it kind of went into slow motion, and we had those kind of, not freeze frames, but very nearly freeze frames, and just the lighting there was so good. And like with the grey, with this smog, it feels like a few more effects. Like that was an effect that wasn't 2D. Like in this show, a lot of the VFX are 2D over 3D animation, but some of that smog was like a 3D smog using volumetric lighting. That feels like, you know, some areas where they have improved the animation. I was wondering, how can they improve the animation? But I think in the lighting they have a bit here. I think it was the same when I was thinking about the Spider-Verse films as well. like, how do you improve since the last one? And I think that the lighting has improved ever so slightly, and it is making a bit of a difference that I've noticed. It makes the characters feel almost a bit more tactile, and also there's definitely like a bit more film grain here. I don't know if that's just I'm watching this in higher quality. You know, I've changed my workflow, I've changed how I make these videos. I don't know if I just never noticed the film grain or if there has been a change and there is a bit of grain in here now. But yeah, that animation sequence, Savika versus Kate while Vi and Jinx are fighting, that was so great. I think just the interplay of that with what was happening with Jace and Echo and that whole kind of weird sequence with the hex core like opening up, these kind of wild runes that they're talking about, and the backlash of the hex cores. Of course there's going to be a push and pull with that magic and technology, but the way it was affecting the hex tech, I initially thought, you know, oh, is it going to make everything useless and we're just going to have to go hand to hand? And we did get a bit of that. The animation in the fights, it felt a bit more rough, a bit more, you know, not as many cuts at some points. It was like not as many cuts. It was just the bit of hand to hand, and then other bits you're going crazy with the effects animation and the gloves like glitching. It's a really cool effect. I loved that whole sequence. That might have been one of the best fight sequences in the show if it wasn't for kind of how much it cut back, because it was like cutting back in between the two, which was great. That's what made the fight sequence so good. But also, I think some of the other fight sequences felt more kind of insular and singular, like Echo versus Jinx in episode 7. That was a bit more kind of straightforward. So you can, it's not that you can't follow this one, but kind of how straightforward of it worked in its favor, I think. But this sequence, this episode is definitely up there. And yeah, Aisha coming in to protect Jinx, of course she would. I was fully expecting her to die at some point. That could still be to come. Obviously Kate was fully willing to get rid of Jinx, and Vi had to step in and stop her. I wasn't sure how that was going to be resolved, but Kate shooting the gun out of Aisha's hand was really great there, actually. I was like, how is Kate gonna, who's she gonna shoot? What's going on here? And then like Savika interrupts, putting their plan into motion. I actually thought the consequences of their plan would be much greater than they currently are. You know, I thought it was pushing, like redirecting the Grey to go up into Piltover and just like cover Piltover in a cloud of smog, maybe kill a bunch of people who like can't breathe. There were like some initial explosions that probably did cause a few deaths, and you know, there were loads of them, but I thought there would be a kind of lasting impact after that in terms of there being like a leftover smog. Obviously there'll be a lasting emotional impact after that, and we did see like one of the kids had to wear a gas mask and his eyes were all bloodshot, but it wasn't like quite as big as I was expecting there. But, you know, it's still plenty of ammunition for Piltover to launch a new attack down there, isn't it? Okay, I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all the future episodes. I'll catch you next time in part 2 of season 2. See you later.